Hi, I'm Paul Wilson. I'm the creator of Swing Machine Golf and the director of the Paul Wilson Golf School at Bears Best Las Vegas. In this tip, we're going to talk about your putting setup. In a previous tip, I talked about the grip. Now we're going to work on our setup, and then in a future tip, I'm going to show you the correct putting stroke. Okay, so as far as our setup is concerned, there's a few different areas we have to talk about. Now, if you want to vary them a little bit, I'm okay with that. I don't need you to do an exact position here. Okay, I want you to do what's comfortable for you. Okay, if you're comfortable, then you're going to be able to create the correct putting stroke, and you're going to be able to putt very well. Okay, so just use this as a guideline. If you can kind of stay within this, then that's fine. First thing we want to talk about is our stance width. As far as our stance is concerned, I like people to take a medium stance. I don't like the stance too narrow, because on a windy day, you're going to be a little bit out of balance here. I don't like the stance too wide, because your putter could potentially bottom out back behind the golf ball and hit the grass. Okay? If we just do a medium stance, that's going to be ideal. Now, your medium stance, that's just like the medium stance in your full swing with your 8, 9 pitching wedge, sand wedge, lob wedge. Okay? I would do a stance about this wide. For those golf clubs, I'm going to do that same stance width for putting. Okay, that's pretty simple. If you like it a little bit wider, a little bit narrower, I'm fine with it. But just kind of realize that, you want to be doing that medium stance. As far as our feet are concerned, just looking at your feet, you can have your feet turned in, you can have one out, one in. It really doesn't matter, okay? Personally, I have my forward foot turned out a little tiny bit. I just do that just because that's comfortable to me. There's no reason for doing it. Okay, you can even have your feet straight if you want. It doesn't matter. Do what's comfortable for you. As far as our ball position is concerned, with our ball position, what we want to do, we want to play it a little inside this forward foot here. So for me, if I did my setup, I'd be about that much right there inside my forward heel. Okay, so I'm playing it a little forward of center, and I'm doing that because if you play the ball too far back, the putter will be on its way down as it hits the ball. So it's going to hit the ball, it forces the ball into the grass, and then it ends up bouncing as you hit the putt. Okay, so if your putts are bouncing, you might want to play the ball a little more forward. Then the putter will be on its way up as it hits the ball, and that allows the ball to hug the grass a little bit better, and it puts a better roll on it. So you want to play the ball a little forward in your stance. Okay, now that we've got that, we have to set up, do our body positions. As far as the body positions are concerned, let's take a look from this angle, and then you'll see what I'm trying to do here. So from right here, what I'm trying to do, I add a little bit of knee flex, not a lot, just a tiny bit, and then I'm trying to bend from the waist, like this, to try and get my eyes over top of the ball. Now, there's people that are real sticklers for having those eyes exactly over top of it. They'll sit here and measure this and get you exactly over top of the ball. I don't care so much. If they're close, that's fine. I think my eyes are a little bit inside the line of the ball. I'm okay with it because I'm a good putter that way. So, a way to get it, just kind of bend like this from the waist. Your upper body here will be overhanging your toe line, and your eyes are pretty much over top of the ball. And you do that because when you swivel your head, you want to be looking down the line that you're going to be putting on. So if I'm here and I swivel my head, I'm seeing a little bit clearer line. So if I'm way out here, I have to look out to my line and I might not see it properly. Okay, so we're just bending from the waist here, and we're trying to get our eyes over top of the ball. One other thing I want you to be aware of is just your weight distribution. When you overhang your toe line like that, try not to feel like you're on your toes or on your heels. Just stay very balanced in the middle of your stance. Okay? So from right here, I'm pretty much ready to go. There's one other thing I want to talk about, and that's just the length of your putter. So if we have a putter that is too short for us, we're going to be in a position where our arms are very extended here. So you don't want to be putting with your arms totally extended. If you do, what's going to happen is you're going to hit your putts long all the time. So that's what I've seen over the years, because this creates too long of kind of like a pendulum here, and people that do this tend to hit all their putts long. They don't really have the same kind of feel, and they get all stiff and locked up. Okay, so you don't want to be setting up with your arms perfectly straight. You want to have your elbows kind of against your sides like this, and you're going to bring your hands in together so that we're in this type of position. So you just have your elbows against your sides and then move your hands in together, and this is the area that we want to be holding on to the putter. Okay, so you can see my elbows are a little bit bent when I do my putting stroke. That keeps me nice and relaxed, and I get a good feel from that position. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the setup. It's pretty simple. You're really in a position where you're over top of the ball. Just remember the ball position, your weight distribution. Okay, try not to have too wide of a stance, and if we can get into this position, we're going to be pretty comfortable. So then when I teach you how to apply the correct putting stroke, you're going to be nice and comfortable, and you're going to be able to do that quite well. Okay, make sure you ask your questions, post your comments below. I'll try to get to as many as I can.